The clock is operating. We're underway.
Tranquility Base here.
Endeavor, go at run left.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the 2015 USCSA National Championships here, live from Mount Bachelor, Oregon, as we are set to bring you coverage of run number 2 of the men's slalom here on the Thunderbird Trail. Hi, everybody. Boss Hogg alongside Alex Beatty, ready for another exciting afternoon of ski racing under absolutely gorgeous conditions here at Mount Bachelor. Earlier in Run 1 today, Nils Hogboom, the man to beat. That's certainly becoming the story of the week here at Mount Bachelor, as he was the champion of the GS 2 days ago. Alex Beatty, can anyone go faster than Nils Hogboom from Rocky Mountain College this afternoon?
Well, boss, we look to find out this afternoon. I know Andre Arneson of Sierra Nevada is hoping that he can be the guy to take down Hogboom here in this second run. He's finishing in finished the first run in second, sitting now in that second position. Right behind him is Lucas Underkoffler of the College of Idaho. I know Ron Bonneau would love to have another podium this week. He got one yesterday in the ladies slalom. He'd love to have one today in the men's slalom. So a lot of athletes. I know there are 82 athletes right now hoping to knock Nils Hogboom down a peg, and we'll see if they get the chance to do that this afternoon.
Finlay Neeson, of course, a technician from Sierra Nevada College. The slalom, his best event. Finished up 4th after run number 1, but it was after a bobble halfway down the course. You can only imagine what his time might have been had he had a clean run. We'll find out here in run number 2. The 2015 USCSA National Championships are brought to you in part by Patagonia. Their mission: to build the best product, cause no unnecessary harm, and to use business to inspire and implement solutions to the environmental crisis. Check them out at Patagonia.com, proud supporters of the USCSA. And by Reliable Racing. Whether it's Alpine and Nordic ski racing apparel and equipment, hill and event supplies, sports timing equipment, or just hard-to-find race gear, Reliable Racing is your one-stop shop. Check them out on the web at ReliableRacing.com. And by Twitchell Sportswear, the home of Yeti apparel. When you're facing truly abominable weather, the Yeti has you covered. Check out their complete collection at TwitchellSportswear.com, proud supporters of the USCSA. As our 4 runners are now coming down the course, radioing information back up to the top for any last-minute adjustments. Let's take a look at the course conditions this afternoon. A beautiful day here in the fiery Cascade region of Central Oregon, high atop the volcano they call Mount Bachelor. 44 degrees, but gosh, it feels like 70 out there under the sun. Mostly sunny, the understatement of the day. No wind at the top. 2,170 meters is the start shack, dropping here to the finish corral in 1985 for 185 vertical meters of fun. 57 gates, 56 direction changes, and our chief of race, John Schemer. Of course, we take the top 30 times from run number 1. We reverse their order. We call that the Flippin' Alpine Ski Racing. So the Air Force Academy's Nicholas Bailey will be the first to drop in down out of the box. Alex, always a scary position to be in, position number 1. Nobody is given any information to poor Nicholas Bailey. He's just got to kind of ride this one by himself, doesn't he?
That's right, boss. Well, Nick Bailey got a chance to inspect with all the other athletes this afternoon. He checked out this course, kind of a more straightforward set for the afternoon. We're going to have these athletes bolting down as Nick Bailey now on course for the Air Force Academy, the sophomore from Parker, Colorado, making the debut run here on this afternoon's course.
And here comes Nicholas Bailey wearing bib number 15. Flying high out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. A great team here from the United States Air Force Academy at Nationals this year. Nick Bailey leading the charge, 28.70 at the intermediate split shack as he moves into the bottom section of the course here.
I talked to Nick Bailey before the race. He told me he's hoping to use some of his winnings for Nationals this year to pay off the 4 speeding tickets he got on his way to Sun Valley 2 years ago for these national championships.
And it's Bailey across the line with a time of 53.12. Total combined time of 146.80. That puts Nick Bailey atop your leaderboard. Oliver Hopkinson now from Duke University, the Blue Devil on course, flying through the upper section wearing bib number 19. First run time of 53.48, good enough for 29th fastest in run 1. Now Hopkinson over the head wall into the lower third. A big change in the set, Alex Beatty. You had a chance to ski this run. We'll talk about that in just a second as Hopkinson makes his way into the final 15 gates. Hopkinson skiing well now. A perfectly powder-packed, firm course for Hopkinson, and he has no trouble as he punches the stripe in 53.15. A combined time of 146.63. That puts Oliver Hopkinson atop your leaderboard. So the Blue Devils, outside of Raleigh, North Carolina, looking good here in the men's slalom final round.
Yeah, boss, well, look to see fewer mistakes this afternoon. I think the course a little bit less tricky. We saw such a brutal set in the morning with a very steep, turny section followed by some tricky combinations there. So look to these athletes to really put everything on the course, leave nothing behind, and really channel that energy, that emotion and drive into a really speedy second run.
Now Richard Scanlon, bib number 64, dropping in from the top. He's the Husky from the University of Connecticut. Scanlon, 28th fastest after run number 1 with a 53.16. He'll be followed by the University of Minnesota Twin Cities' Will Radeke. Scanlon a little late now, having to catch back up, back in the back seat. Looks like he's back into form. Just a small, minor mistake on this course can cost seconds of time once you cross the stripe. Scanlon now moving into the lower third.
So I'm getting a little bit in the back seat there. We saw the tips of those skis come up a little bit. He was riding the backs, but now back and skiing aggressively about 10 gates from the finish here, boss. Now a little wide there as he makes his way towards the finish line.
Scanlon punching the stripe with a time of 51.55, the fastest time of this second run, a combined time of 144.71. Your new leader from the University of Connecticut, the Huskies, it's Richard Scanlon. Now Will Radeke wearing bib number 3 from the University of Minnesota Twin Cities on course. High above this Thunderbird Trail, skiing well is Will Radeke. Radeke qualifying 26th fastest earlier this morning with a 53.15. And he's going to have to pick it up in the bottom half. 4th fastest at the Split Shack. We'll see if he's got what it takes to get down the lower half in time. It's the University of Minnesota Twin Cities' Will Radeke. Now making his way into the last 10 gates. And a good bottom half for Radeke as he clips the stripe in 54.41 for a combined time of 147.56.
A little victory lap there for Radeke in the finish corral. The sophomore from Stillwater, Minnesota, announcing his candidacy for presidency. It's Radeke 2038.
Now Patrick Burke on a wild ride from Castleton State College. Looks like he's gotten back into form now, but it was shooting him left to right. So many pitch changes, so many direction changes. The transitions are incredibly difficult. And Burke seems to get through the last flush here with flying colors. 12 gates to go for Patrick Burke, second fastest at the Split Shack with a 28.52. Let's see if he can pour it on and get ahead of Scanlon as he punches a stripe in a 52.39, 145.54 combined time, good enough for second. So your top 5, it's Will Radeke from Minnesota Twin Cities in 5th, Nicholas Bailey from the Air Force Academy in 4th, Duke University's Oliver Hopkinson in 3rd, Castleton's Patrick Burke in 2nd, and still your leader from the University of Connecticut, the Husky, Richard Scanlon. Still the fastest 25 to come, including Nevada Kramer from Rocky Mountain College. Kramer, the fastest split time already, 27.17. He's flying down the mountain. Nevada Kramer, Rocky Mountain College. Wearing bib number 99. It's the first we've seen of him at the USCSA Nationals. A virtual unknown from Rocky Mountain College, but it won't be that way for long if he continues to ski like this. Moving through the final two gates and into the corral with the fastest time of the day. 50.34 on the second run. 1:43.31 as a combined time, your new leader. From Rocky Mountain College, it's Nevada Kramer. Now high above the Thunderbird Trail, dropping out of the box, it's Tanner Abadan from Cornell University, wearing bib number 54. Abadan, 24th fastest after run number 1, skiing for Cornell, the Redmen, well represented here at USCSA Nationals. Abadan cranking the turns here. No, he had a problem. Oh, he caught an edge. That's going to be the end of the day for Abadan. He's going to have to hike 4 gates now to get back. Look at it. He's going to do it. He is going to hike. Waddling like the penguin. He's made it around. He's back on course. Just when we thought it was the end of the day for Tanner Abadan from Cornell University, he shows us the guts of the Redmen. And now back on course skiing well. Let's see if he can get into the rhythm. Now into that small flush. 15 gates to go for Tanner Abadan. It looks like he's gotten his rhythm back. Caught an edge there, but now back into it, using the core strength to bring himself together, and he finishes. A great run and recovery for Tanner Abadan from Cornell University. 1:57.49 now on course. Bib number 33, it's Ben Hanna. Castleton College's Benjamin Hanna just taking gates out as he comes down the center section of the court. Driving with his hands, punching them like a Mike Tyson doll. Benjamin Hanna from Castleton State College. Now out of the center section into the lower third, 25 gates to go for Hanna. Hanna's got good form, using the edges, carving the turns left to right, all hip swing, no upper body movement. It looks good for Ben Hanna from Castleton. And now into the corral with a combined time of 1:44.71, good enough for second place. A good run from Ben Hanna.
That's right, boss, and Castleton really needed that. They're sitting in the third position right now, but UConn only a second behind after the first run, so they'll really have to put everything on the hill here if they want to maintain that third spot.
As we take a break here from the top, they'll get things straightened out. It looked like Ben Hanna had just had a obstacle course with one of the gates. I thought he'd actually picked it up and pulled it out of the ground. He was going to ski down with it. Instead, he just knocked it in half, crushed it. Ben Hanna, the gate crusher.
He's a Spartan, boss. He needs the spear or whatever it is, you know.
The staff.
Well, you know, a lot of these athletes may be too young to remember, but these gates actually used to have little flags on top of them. Slalom, originally the kings that used to race in slalom used to put the severed heads of their enemies atop of the gates and ski around them. Stieg Peterson, it's like he's skiing around some enemies of his own in his head right now, skiing very well on this course.
Indeed, aggressive line and run for Stieg Peterson from the University of Wisconsin in Madison. Peterson, 4th fastest at the split shack. He's wearing bib number 20, qualified 22nd fastest in run number 1 with a 52.74. Here comes Stieg Peterson. 20 gates to go for Peterson as he flies into the lower third. Now he can see the finish line. He knows he's close, and he's got a barn burner going here. Here comes Stieg Peterson from Wisconsin, and across the stripe in 1:45.27. Good enough for 4th place. So it's still Patrick Burke, Peterson, Ben Hanna, Richard Scanlon, and Nevada Kramer from Rocky Mountain College, your leader. But the COB is now on course. He's down. Cannon O'Brien, Sierra Nevada College's Flying Eagle from Incline Village, moving well through the center section of the course. Cannon O'Brien is a technician. He knows how to ski the slalom, and it shows right here as he makes his way into the final 20 gates. The COB, Cannon O'Brien from Sierra Nevada College, can smell the finish line into the last flush. Here comes COB. Sierra Nevada College's Cannon O'Brien. Will it be enough to overtake Nevada Kramer? Yes, your new leader from Sierra Nevada College, the COB, Cannon O'Brien. What a time, 1:42.35. Still the fastest 20 to come, including Rocky Mountain College's Thomas Vandal. Vandal now on course, wearing bib number 79, 52.29 in the first run. He'll be followed by Babson College's Taylor Pope. A very different set here in run number 2, Alex Beatty.
That's right, boss. A faster course to be sure. And you can see Vandal skiing well now. Kind of a less turny section of the course now near the bottom. with some combinations there. Now a straightforward path to the finish for Vandelbos. Oh, and a little bit of trouble there as he's in the back seat. I don't know what happened there.
And Vandal is able to get across safely with a 1:42.16.2, only good enough for second place. If it hadn't been for the bobble with 3 gates to go, Vandal would have definitely been in the lead. A tough break at the end of the course for Vandal. But still, Rocky Mountain College's Thomas Vandal in the second slot. Now on course, it's Taylor Pope. Pope from Babson College. Wearing bib number 62, qualifying 19th fastest after the morning session with a 52.27. He's 4th fastest at the split shack. He'll need to pour it on to overtake the COB. Here comes Taylor Pope. With 20 gates to go now. Into the lower third, it's Taylor Pope. Babson College's Taylor Pope hunting for the finish line. Poling now to try to get the extra speed and across in 1:43.35. Good enough for 4th place. So it's Scanlon, Pope, Kramer, Vandal, and O'Brien atop your leaderboard. Still the fastest 18 to come, including Rochester Institute of Technology's Michael Ladke. Ladke from RIT, looking very strong here in the top third. Now in the back seat, trying to get over the fronts of the skis. It is hard to steer when you are in the back.
That's right, boss. He had some trouble a little bit early there. He was riding wild, and now he's very in the backseat, a little bit late here as he nears the bottom section. He'll have to get forward if he wants to finish strong.
Ladke, it showed at the split time, 10th fastest. He'll have to pour it on here to get on the podium. Michael Ladke from Rochester Institute of Technology. Scoping out the line, and he reaches in a 1:44.83, good enough for 7th place. So Michael Ladke, a great 2-run combo from the Rochester Institute of Technology. Now on course, wearing bib number 17 from Clarkson University. Skip Box's superstar Sean Donahue. He is now making his way to the center stripe. Let's take a look at the split time. Donahue, 13th fastest. He had some trouble high above this Thunderbird trail. He'll need to pour it on here in the bottom half. Over the final head wall. They call it the Widowmaker section. Now through that small, tight gate arrangement. Donahue skiing well. Good form, using the hands to punch the poles out of the way. Now a little bit in the back seat, but it looks like he's recovered. And across the stripe comes Donahue with a time of 1:43.96, good enough for 5th. So it's Donahue from Clarkson, Babson's Taylor Pope, Rocky Mountains, Nevada, Kramer, his teammate Thomas Vandal, but still your leader, the Eagle from Incline Village. It's the COB, Cannon O'Brien from Sierra Nevada. Rocky Mountain College's Andrzej Vukovic now on course. Jerry Wolf fielding an impressive team each and every year here at the USCSA National Championships, and Vukovic is no stranger to national competition, wearing bib number 60. And he has the fastest time at the split shack. Vukovic is flying down this Thunderbird trail. Rocky Mountain College's Andrzej Vukovic, he can smell the finish line and punching the stripe. In a 1:40.94, he takes the lead. Andrzej Vukovic from Rocky Mountain College, pushing the COB down a notch on the podium. An impressive run from Andrzej Vukovic. He is your current leader. Still the fastest 15 to come, including the Colorado School of Mines' Kevin Hartman. Wearing bib number 18, 15th fastest after the morning session with a 51.68. Here comes Kevin Hartman through the center section, now dropping into the final 30 gates. Kevin Hartman skiing with a lot of speed down the head wall. You can tell when they are carrying it out of the center section, and Hartman is the Colorado School of Mines superstar Kevin Hartman. Now with 10 gates to go, all Hartman has to do is keep it going to take the lead. Kevin Hartman now flying into the final gate and across the stripe in 1:42.77, good enough for 4th. He lost some time at the bottom, Alex Beatty.
That's right, boss. It looked like he might have hit a little divot there, kind of made him lurch back a little bit, but he still finished strong. A great time there for Kevin Hartman of the Colorado School of Mines.
Now back to live action high atop the trail. It is Austin Florian in bib number 36 from Clarkson. Florian a little wide now, trying to get his rhythm. You can tell as they come down the steep pitch that just throws them into the back seat, and it is all they have to get back to the front of the skis. Clarkson University's Austin Florian passed the halfway mark, 5th fastest at the split shack. He qualified 13th fastest in run number 1 with a 51.40. He'll need to pour it on to take Vukovic down a notch. And Austin Florian, 36. from Clarkson University. He can see the finish line. He can hear the crowds roar. And across into the corral comes Austin Florian with a 142.50, good enough for third place. So it's Hartman, Vandal, Florian, O'Brien, and still your leader from Rocky Mountain College, Andraj Vukovic. But who wants to change it? Viking Roll does from Sierra Nevada College. Qualifying 13th fastest in run number 1 with a 51.40. Sporting bib number 72. And the most insane photograph I've ever seen on Facebook. We'll talk about it later. Meanwhile, Viking Roll now through the center section of the course. 5th fastest. He'll have to pour it on to take over Rocky Mountain College's Vukovic. Clean runs from the Sierra Nevada College men. That's how they win national championships. Don't think it's on their mind, but he slips. And he's now back in it. A great recovery from Viking Roll. He almost saw disaster with 5 gates to go, but he was able to use his incredible core strength to come back around and gather. As Viking Roll crossing the stripe in 141.69. Good enough for second place right behind Andraj Vukovic from Rocky Mountain College. Now back to live action. Castleton State College's Matthew Couture on course. He's wearing bib number 13, 12th fastest with a 51.00 in run number 1. Looking very smooth and strong in the top half. Now he crosses over in 11th position. He'll have to pour it on to take over Vukovic. Vukovic has laid down a lightning fast run from early in the pack. But here comes Matthew Couture from Castleton College. Couture now into the final 10 gates, punching them out of the way. Now he's in the back seat trying to recover. 3 gates to go as he drives to the line, and Couture across in a 142.83, good enough for 7th place. So still your top 5, Rocky Mountain's Thomas Vandal, Clarkson's Austin Florian, Sierra Nevada's Cannon O'Brien, and Viking Roll, but still your leader, Rocky Mountain College's Andraj Vukovic. Still the fastest 11 to come, including Rocky Mountain's Harlan Collins. Collins qualifying 11th fastest with a 50.89 in run number 1, wearing bib number 39. Harlan Collins now navigating the gates through the center part of the course, dropping into the lower third with 20 gates to go, and he's out of control. He's out of control. Harlan Collins, has he been able to recover? Yes, he's back on course. He was shot out like a firecracker, and now he's back in the game. Harlan Collins, what incredible skill from Rocky Mountain College. As Collins driving to the finish line, we'll see if it cost him too much time as he punches a stripe at 142.30, good enough for third place. Alex Beatty, you knew he would have been on the top of the leaderboard had it not been for the bobble.
Yeah, boss, a tough break there near the bottom. He was just carrying so much speed and couldn't quite navigate the turn with the fastest line. Got a little bit wide there, but still incredible finishing right now in the 3rd position.
Now the speed demon from Incline Village, Yaka Yazbek, in his final slalom event of his collegiate career. Skiing like a tremendous machine is Yaka Yazbek from Sierra Nevada. He is the fastest at the intermediate split jack. Yazbek wants to come out of the middle of the pack to win a national championship as he drops into the final 20 gates. Here comes Yaka Yazbek from Sierra Nevada College. Yazbek skiing well now, trying to keep the rhythm going as he can see the finish line. Here comes Yazbek and punches into the lead. Your new leader, Yaka Yazbek from Sierra Nevada College, with a combined time of 140.10 and the fastest second run time of the day. Yaka Yazbek, the senior from Incline Village. Now it's Rensselaer Polytech Institute's Paul Kotke, the machine out of Seattle, Washington. They're wearing bib number 16, 9th fastest with a 50.43 in the morning session. His mother and father are here at the finish corral watching their child. Paul Kotke from Rensselaer Polytech Institute. Kotke so successfully navigating the center section. Now dropping into the lower third, 20 gates to go for Kotke. He was 18th, check that, 9th fastest after the morning session. He'll have to pour it on. He had a tough top section, only 18th fastest at the split shack. But into the final 5 gates comes Paul Kotke. Kotke driving to the line and punching the stripe at a 142.98. Good enough for 10th place for Paul Kotke, a senior this year from Rensselaer Polytech Institute. What a storied collegiate career Kotke has given us. A pleasure to watch him ski here at the USCSA Nationals. Now back to live action high atop Thunderbird. It is Griffin Struck from the University of Connecticut, the Husky, wearing bib number 6. Struck qualifying 8th fastest in the morning sesh with a 50.40. Let's see how the split time is. He's 12th fastest. He'll need to pour it on here in the bottom half. Griffin struck now very late. He's had to scrape all of the speed. A tough run here, Alex Beatty, for Griffin Struck.
That's right, boss. A tricky part of the course there as it winds from skiers left to skiers right now. I see another direction change near the bottom. There's a trouble section here about 3 gates from the finish. We've seen a couple athletes struggle there, but Strike has no problem. He'll cross the finish line with a solid time, boss.
Indeed, it's a 1:42.50 for the University of Connecticut Husky Griffin Struck. That'll be good enough for 6th place. So still your top 5. It's O'Brien, Collins, Rold, Vukovic, and Jaka Yazbek still high atop the podium here in the men's slalom run 2. But Wyatt Carollo from Cornell wants to change it all. The big red Wyatt Carollo now on course. Coming through the intermediate split shack. Let's take a look at the time wearing bib number 4. Looks like we missed that split. We won't know until the finish stripe as Cornell's Wyatt Carollo makes his way into the final 15 gates. Carollo carrying good speed here in the lower third. As it shoots him around left to right, pulling into the finish, it is Wyatt Carollo with a time of 1:41.37, good enough for 3rd. So Carollo, Vukovic, and Yazbek atop your podium, but still the fastest 6 to come, including St. Olaf College's Tegan Olin. Tegan Olin now on course, wearing bib number 30. St. Olaf College feeling one of the most impressive Alpine teams they've had in years here at Nationals. Great to see this program be so successful as Tegan Olin leading the St. Olaf College down this Thunderbird Trail past the halfway mark. 14th fastest. He'll have to pour it on. He struggled at the top. Now we'll see if he can get his skis back under him. He's in the back seat, but now recovered. Now 10 gates to go for Olin. Tegan Olin from St. Olaf College, making his way to the finish line. 2 to go, and slicing the line in a 1:41.53, good enough for 4th place. Wild and furious changes here on the podium. It's Rold, Olin, Carollo, Vukovic, still Yazbek your leader. But the fastest 5 left to come, including Colorado Mesa University's Jean Alexis Cotelin. Cotelin now out of the start box wearing bib number 21. Impressive performances here from Colorado Mesa University and Jean-Alexis Cotelin. Cotelin keeping the hands very close to the snow. Look at the rhythm here, Alex Beatty.
That's right, boss. Back and forth. You see those legs really driving. He's got almost perfect form here. Incredible timing. You see the gates just going down as he goes anywhere close to them. Incredible run here from Cotelin.
Jean-Alexis Cotelin can see the finish line. He can smell the top of the podium. Will it be a reality as he navigates the last 6 gates? Flying to the line, it's Jean-Alexis Cotelin. And across the stripe in 1:40.63, only good enough for 2nd place. Yazbek still hanging on to the lead at the top of the podium. Wild and wacky action here in run number 2. As Finlay Neeson from Sierra Nevada College wearing bib number 35. He has dropped in and now is on course. 4th fastest after the morning session with a 49.50, and that was after a huge bobble. We only can imagine how fast his first run would have been had it not been for a problem. And no problem so far in run number 2. Watch out for Finlay Neeson. He's the Incline Village technician. He loves a slalom race. And here comes Neeson from Sierra Nevada College. Finlay Neeson flying down the lower third into the final 10 gates. Finlay Neeson from Sierra Nevada College can smell a victory. He was the fastest at the split shack, taking poles out, and now across the stripe in 1:38.32, he takes the lead. Finlay Neeson from Sierra Nevada College. He literally cut a gate in half. He was furious at the gate, so he just ripped it right out of the snow. So Finlay Neeson, now your leader from Sierra Nevada College. Yazbek in 2nd. It's Colorado Mesa University's Jean-Alexis Cotelin in 3rd. Wyatt Carollo from Cornell in 4th. And rounding out your top 5 from St. Olaf College, it's Tegan Olin.
Well, boss, Neeson has a very specific set of skills, and we saw it here on the course. We're very taken with his performance, and he's right now sitting in 1st. He earned it with a lightning fast run. Almost a full half-second faster than Andrei Vukovic's 2nd run. He had the 2nd fastest 2nd run, though he's sitting in the 4th position right now. Still, of course, many talented racers yet to come. Lucas Underkoffler, who was sitting in third after the first run, he'll be making his way down shortly. Then it's Sierra Nevada's Andre Arneson, teammate of Finlay Neeson, be coming down after that. And then it's the bomb, Niels Hogbaum, our number one skier after run number one. We'll see him just 3 racers away.
You are watching the 2015 USCSA National Championships here on the USCSA Broadcast Network. Boss Hogg and Alex Beatty bringing it to you live from the Alpine venue here in Mount Bachelor, Oregon. A gorgeous Friday afternoon. And we are close to crowning our national champion here in the men's slalom. Now on course, wearing bib number 2. It is the College of Idaho's Lucas Underkoffler. Underkoffler skiing for Ron Bonneau's Yotes out of Caldwell, Idaho in bib number 2. He was third fastest after the morning session in a 48.95. And skiing well here high, but now he's in the back seat. Seems like that is starting to give some of the racers trouble, Alex Beatty. High atop the Thunderbird Trail is Underkoffler now through the intermediate split shack, only 13th fastest. It cost him an enormous amount of time. A tough top half for Lucas Underkoffler from the College of Idaho. We'll see if he can gain the speed here in the lower third. Seated third coming here into run number 2. And here comes Lucas Underkoffler from the College of Idaho. Across a stripe in 139.99. Only good enough for second place. So still Finlay Neeson from Sierra Nevada College with the fastest second run of 48.82 is your leader. But the fastest 2 from the morning session still to come. Will Finlay Neeson be able to pull off the impossible, coming out of 4th place in run number 1 to win a national championship here this afternoon? Stay tuned and find out, because Andre Arneson has different plans. Arneson qualifying second in the first run with a 48.80. He'll be dropping in momentarily, and now on course, wearing bib number 14, it is Andre Arneson from Sierra Nevada College, skiing for Coach Bronco Zagar. Arneson with an impressive run number 1. Made it look easy while it was a difficult run. And he's doing the same here high atop the Thunderbird Trail. Andre Arneson is moving. Here comes Arneson through the halfway mark. Only second fastest behind Finlay Neeson at the split shack. He'll need to pour it on here. If Sierra Nevada College's Andre Arneson wants to lead this race, he'll have to fly down the last 10 gates. And he's doing exactly that. Andre Arneson is moving now. 5 gates to go for Arneson. Arneson driving to the finish line, punching the stripe. Will it be enough to take the lead? Yes! 1:37.54 combined time. Andre Arneson, your new leader here in the men's slalom. So it's Arneson, Neeson, Underkoffler, Yazbek, and Kudelin in your top 5. But the man everybody wants to beat is now high atop this trail. From Rocky Mountain College, the men's giant slalom champion from 2 days ago. The fastest run this morning with a 48.09 from Rocky Mountain College. Now on course, it's Niels Hogbaum. Here comes the big bomb wearing bib number 5. He wants to double up now. He's flying out of the course, but he's back in. He had a tough top, Alex Beatty. We'll see if he can recover. Niels Hogbaum from Rocky Mountain College. He wants to be the GSN Slalom National Champion. Andre Arneson has something to say about it. It's all up to Hogbaum now. He's 8th fastest at the split shack. It'll take everything Hogbaum has to win this race now. He'll have to pour on the speed with 15 gates to go. Here comes Niels Hogbaum, the big bomb from Rocky Mountain College. 10 gates to go for Hogbaum as he's driving to the line. It's Niels Hogbaum. Will it be enough? Can he take the lead? No! Niels Hogbaum, second place with a 137.70. That makes your national champion, Andre Arneson. Andre Arneson from Sierra Nevada College, winning his first national championship right here at Mount Bachelor, Oregon, in one of the most impressive come-from-behind wins we've ever seen in slalom racing. Andre Arneson, ladies and gentlemen, your 2015 USCSA national champion.
Well, boss, I know I've got goosebumps. An incredible set of runs there from Andre Arneson, taking it, finishing second in the first run, the fastest second run by almost half a second there. So incredible runs there. And you know what, boss? He deserves it. He's going to take home the gold for Sierra Nevada. This team looking so strong here, and Arneson has really led the charge for them today.
What did Andre Arneson eat for lunch during the break today? Arneson comes out with a second run time of 48.74. Nearly an entire second ahead of Hogbaum and almost a half a second ahead of Finlay Neeson. An incredible second run performance. Andre Arneson. Now, you actually saw Coach Bronco Zagar at the grocery store buying 20 pounds of strawberries. Do you think Arneson ate like 18 pounds of strawberries? That's how he did it.
I think that was it, boss. I saw Bronco actually feeding them to Arneson during lunch today, and I think that made all the difference. It's the antioxidants. I think that's what it is.
Andre Arneson, your 2015 USCSA Men's Slalom National Champion, as all of the teammates, now the Rocky Mountain team, coming over and giving him great congratulations. So wonderful to see the camaraderie here between these teams at the finish line.
Well, boss, you know, it's a fraternal group, really, the USCSA, and these teams, they're such fiercely competitive rivals in the course, but outside they're great friends, and you can see them congratulating each other now. Little bow down there as they know they all train so hard. They know what it's all about. It's great to come and see them come out here and ski their hardest, boss.
Indeed it is, and a great day for Andre Arneson. They are cheering back at Incline Village right now in Nevada. Coach Bronco Zagar must be absolutely thrilled as Arneson takes home his first national championship victory in an impressive run here. 48.74 on the second shot, a combined time of 137.54, edging out Nils Hogbaum by 26/100ths of a second. We'll run down your top five now from Sierra Nevada College. In fifth place, it's Jaka Yazbek. And congratulations to Yazbek on a tremendous collegiate career. In fourth place, Ron Bonneau's Yote from Caldwell, Idaho. From the College of Idaho, it's Lucas Underkoffler. In third place, Finlay Neeson from Sierra Nevada College. In second, Rocky Mountain's Nils Hogbaum. But your winner, with a combined time of 137.54. Congratulations, the day belongs to Sierra Nevada College's Andre Arneson.
Now it's Ben Alexopoulos on course, skiing in the 31st position, just barely missing out on the flip. We almost saw him come down first this afternoon. But the City State right now making his way down the course, rocking the Hobart and William Smith rainbow GS suit now, skiing well into the bottom section. Gets a little bit late there, but he'll now make his way towards the finish line. And yes, he will cross. That's Ben Alexopoulos of Hobart and William Smith, finishing with a combined time of 1:49.49.
A shout out to Ben Alexopoulos. I almost got it right. From Becky Chinman. Becky Chinman called in. She works with the Hobart William Smith team, and she wanted to wish all of the team a great bit of luck here in the USCSA National Championship. So hello to Becky Chinman. We know that she's out there watching, and she gives her love to all the HWS skiers. Back to live action now. Graham Collins from the University of Nevada, Reno, wearing bib number 7. He was 32nd fastest after the morning sesh. Now Graham Collins making his way towards the finish line. 3 gates to go for Collins. And Collins across in 150.00.
Collins, the senior, skiing in his final national championships, the final slalom run of a storied career that includes a lot of skier cross racing. That's his specialty. We saw some great skier cross action today for the ladies, and everyone's looking forward to, I know, the dual panel event tomorrow, the most exciting event of the week by far.
Absent College's Kevin Dacos wearing bib number 40, 33rd fastest after the run number 1 at 54.29. Now making his way into the final 12 gates comes Kevin Dacos. He'll be followed by Grady Gores from St. Olaf College.
Absent struggled today, but Dacos has thrown down some solid runs. He's now making his way towards the finish line. He'll cross as he throws his arms up in the air triumphantly. Kevin Dacos, bib number 40, finishing with a time of 1:47.73.
Grady Gores from St. Olaf College now on course. I want to read something that Grady Gores sent to me over the lunch break. He said, "Boss, we would like to dedicate this year's performance to DJ Tingdon and his family. As he watches from beyond the stars, we strive to live out his spirit and legacy on the slopes. DJ helped bring home our only national title in 1988. We would like to take this opportunity to thank DJ and his family for their continued support of our team. No matter what the outcome is this week, we are grateful to be out here doing what we love. And DJ, we love you." That is from the St. Olaf Alpine team. And Grady Gores, the leader of the team, finishing. There he is, right there, the DJ logo. Grady Gores finishing with a 147.87. What a fine young man and a great example of the true champions here at the USCSA. Now Robert Chambers from the University of Connecticut. The Huskies awaiting run number 2 as he is about to drop in from the start shack. Yazbek in 5th, Underkoffler in 4th, Neeson in 3rd, Hoogbaum in 2nd. But a big day for the Eagle from Sierra Nevada College, Andre Arneson, your champion here for the men's slalom. Folks, still plenty of great snow sports and competition here. Part of the USCSA National Championships at Mount Bachelor. If you're anywhere in the Pacific Northwest, get in the car, drive it over here. Even if you have one of those old station wagons with the wood panel sides, get in it. Make your way to Mount Bachelor here in the Cascade Range in Central Oregon. Fantastic. It has been nothing but beauty here since we've been here, and this might be the warmest day of the week, Alex Beatty.
That's right, boss. 93 degrees, I believe, the high today in Central Oregon, and you can see it, the sun reflecting off the snow. Just beautiful, gorgeous T-shirt skiing conditions. I made it out there myself in a T-shirt. It's just incredible to be outside here after such a brutal winter, and Mount Bachelor is the place to be. Incredible snow conditions and great temperatures, so just head on out and have a great time. Bring the kids and the fam. I don't know if I'd ever go into one of those station wagons with the wood. That's terrifying. That's a
well, you haven't. I thought you owned one of those. I thought that was your vehicle. As congratulations all abound here in the finish corral. The day belongs to Andre Arneson from Sierra Nevada College. Everybody getting in on the fun. And back to live action. Robert Chambers wearing bib number 58 from the University of Connecticut. Chambers, 35th fastest with a 54.37 in run number 1. And he is skiing well through the top half of the course as he makes his way into the transition. Now across the split shack timing line of 30.76. That's good enough for 33rd. And here comes Robert Chambers into the final third.
That's Bobby Chambers, the sophomore from UConn, skiing for Coach Larry Giannotti and the UConn team, one of the younger teams here at Nationals. And they're skiing very well. They took home 3rd at Eastern Conference Regionals, and Chambers now with a solid outing, finishing with a combined time of 149.95.
Now from Western Massachusetts, it's the Zoo, University of Mass Amherst, Chase Ennis on course, wearing bib 24. Ennis with a strong 54.62 in run number 1 earlier this morning. Ennis now trying to hang on as he comes over the final head wall. Now back into the rhythm and through the flush is Chase Ennis from UMass.
Ennis taking home 3rd in Eastern Conference Regionals, only 100th of a second behind teammate Connor Krell. Couldn't make it out here this week, but Chase Ennis has really put on a show today with the slalom. He'll finish with a combined time of 146.60. Next, it's Hobart and William Smith's Charlie Thompson on course, skiing for this strong Hobart and William Smith team. You see him really kind of getting in the back seat there, but he's now, he's wild now in this kind of steeper section of the course. Of a more straightforward set than this morning, where we saw a lot of carnage there in that middle section of the course. But these athletes have been having, now it's Charlie Thompson having some trouble there, but he's back at the course. He lost a lot of speed, now just struggling to stay in the course and finish and earn a second run time. About 10 gates to go now. He's picked things up, now back in the rhythm and looking strong, but I spoke a little bit too soon there as he has some trouble. A wild ride for Charlie Thompson. He will finish, though. He has earned that time of 150.45. A solid outing for Charlie Thompson of Hobart Williams-Smith.
You know, Alex, I think that Charlie Thompson just skis like a wild ride. Like it was the same thing in the first run. I think he's just a wild man out there. He loves it. Just throwing his body left and right, somehow navigating through the 57 gates of fun here on the Thunderbird Trail. Back to live action. Bib number 34 belongs to the University of Minnesota Twin Cities' William Maas. Maas with a first run time of 55.49, good enough for 38th place. Minnesota Twin Cities, they brought the entire circus with them down here from the cold weather. You know, I think that's what happens. When it gets so cold in the winter like it's been in Minnesota, it just makes people crazy. And this University of Minnesota Twin Cities team is as much fun as we've ever seen. They were skiing with their shirts off during the break. We saw them on the lift. They were waving at people. And now they're back into action as William Maas crosses the stripe in 151.11. Of course, his teammate Danger getting ready to come down. Zach Gould now from the College of Idaho. The Yotes have shown so much improvement in their Alpine program over the last 3 years. We've just been amazed as Zach Gould.
A little bit late there. You saw he struggled just a couple gates ago, and those problems compounding now as he's in the bottom section of the course. But Gould looking strong there as he makes his way towards the finish.
10 gates to go for Zach Gould. Don't confuse Gould with Zach Schenk from last year from the College of Idaho. As Gould crosses the stripe in 151.35, a good run for the Yote from Caldwell, Zach Gould. Of course, Zach Schenk was the dready Yote. Boss Hogg, of course, loving Zach Schenk's haircut.
Was actually here today, Boss, watching from the side of the course. You can't see him, of course, because
right.
he is the
blends
Predator.
In. He is the Predator. That's exactly right. He was injured earlier on in this season, was not able to recover in time for this championship, but hopefully we will see more from him. Meanwhile, Tyler Rengenscheid from the University of Minnesota Duluth had a good run going, but then right as he got through the chicane, just lost concentration for a split second, and it shot him out of the course. He had to hike. Let's see if he can get back in and finish the last 20 gates and complete run number 2 here in the 2015 men's slalom. And that's going to be the end of the day for Rengenscheid. It is just so hard once the body stops that flow and then the mind turns off, and trying to get them both turned back on at the same time is nearly impossible.
Well, you know, Boss, that's been a tricky part of this course, every course that's been set here this week, both in the GS and the slalom, where the Thunderbird run moves from the skier's left to skier's right there, and we see a long direction change now. Lars Midtun of St. Olaf in that section right now. You saw him get late there, so that's just been a tricky area. We called it the Widowmaker 2 days ago in the men's GS, and we see these athletes just kind of struggling to stay in the course there.
5 gates to go for Lars Midtun from St. Olaf College, and now across the stripe with a combined time of 150.11, good enough for 36th position. Babson College's Graham Quisenberry wearing bib number 83. 56.03 in run number 1, good enough for 42nd place. As Quisenberry has to get in the back to navigate the center part. Over the transition now into the lower third comes Graham Quisenberry.
Now he's driving well towards the finish, back and forth there. He handles that flush well. About 12 gates to go for Quisenberry, skiing for Babson. Babson having some trouble today. They didn't get quite the finishes they wanted out of some of their racers, but Quisenberry, part of the solution there for Babson. A strong run there. He finished with a time of 151.10.
Now on course, it is the College of Idaho's Brady Nilsson. Nilsson, a new skier for the Yotes out of Caldwell, wearing bib number 52. Got a chance to meet Brady earlier this year as we were out here at Mount Bachelor getting ready for this event back in January. They had a regional race here and got to meet all of the Yotes at the College of Idaho. A fine team that's been assembled this year, and it shows here at the National Championships at Mount Bachelor. Brady Nilsson in bib number 52 into the final 5 gates. Nilsson hanging on and crossing the stripe in 151.32.
A bit of a tricky section of the course there for Nilsson at the very bottom. Got a little bit late, but he kept it together and finished strong. Now it's Ian Wilson Well, so check that. Ian Williams of Clarkson making his way down the course. Clarkson was sitting in 5th position after the first run, about 2.5 seconds behind Castleton, which was sitting in the 3rd position. They are hoping for some solid runs out of their athletes today, and they want a chance to set on the podium this afternoon. Clarkson, of course, finished in 5th position last year in this competition, but Williams skiing very strong. See the separation there, the timing as he makes his way towards the finish. That's Ian Williams, bib number 93. He'll finish with a time of 1:50.16.
Good run for Ian Williams from Clarkson. Now dropping in from the top, bib number 69 from Castleton College, it's Karl Robacek. And Alex Beatty, you can see right high atop this trail, they are already in the back seat. So some obvious difficulty right on the first 5 gates. And oh, it looks like Robacek has slid out. He's going to hike though. He is close enough, and there it is. The duck walk around the gate, now back on course. The big question is, can the legs and the mind begin to operate together again? And he's right through the steepest part of the course, and he manages. Karl Robacek. Very focused from Castleton State College. Now Robacek is out of control again, but still in the course. So he made the gate, now continuing his Karl Robacek on what is a wild ride here in run number 2.
Well, you know what happens, boss, is that as ski racers start to come down, especially in warm conditions like this, some little ruts start to develop, and unless you take the most aggressive line down the course, if you get a little bit late, it'll throw you right in the back seat as the backs of those skis start to hit the tracks that other athletes have made. I think that's what happened there for Robacek.
Robacek across in 2:00.95, but most importantly, a final result in run number 2. Congratulations to Karl Robacek. Now it's James D'Agostino from Penn State. And D'Agostino was supposed to come out of the chute, but we don't see him. Nope, we've missed him. He's lower. Here comes D'Agostino in the final 8 gates. There he is, James D'Agostino. The Nittany Lion from Penn State with 5 gates to go, driving to the line. Here's James D'Agostino. And across in 1:54.84. Good enough for 43rd place. Strong showing from the Nittany Lions this year.
That's right, boss. Their team came to play, and D'Agostino, a crucial part of that team. They call him Yams, the sophomore, originally from West Caldwell, New Jersey. This is his 2nd Nationals, and he likes to feel like he's really in touch with his feelings on the course, and that definitely showed this afternoon.
Now into the lower 3rd comes Ryan Kresser from Rensselaer Polytech.
Now Kresser skiing well into the bottom section, back and forth driving. His legs doing all the work here in the bottom section of the course. Now it's Kresser. He will cross the finish line for Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. He'll finish with a combined time of 1:54.47. Now it's Eric Johnson, his teammate, on course now. Over this top section, a little bit behind there. He needs to pick up the pace and stay aggressive in this course. Needs to stay on those toes, getting early on those turns rather than late. Had a little bit of trouble there now as he moves across the course towards skiers right. Now into the flush. Quick on his feet is Eric Johnson of Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute.
And now it looks like Johnson's down. Johnson went too wide on the red right, skier's right gate. His edge gave way. The ski slipped out from under him, and that's going to be the end of the day for Rensselaer Polytech's Eric Johnson. Tough break for Johnson. He had a good run going. Meanwhile, back to live action now from the University of Minnesota Twin Cities. It's Nick Egan. He refuses to be called Nick, though. He only wants to be referred to as Danger. So we will use that word from now on. From the University of Minnesota Twin Cities, here comes Danger. Danger with 15 gates to go. D-A-N-G-E-R. It spells danger. Danger from the University of Minnesota Twin Cities. Is Danger in danger of being dangerous? We'll find out with 4 gates to go. Here comes Danger, and Danger across the stripe. Here is Danger with a time of 1:53.13. His parents will be happy to know his name is Nick Egan from the University of Minnesota Twin Cities. Now on course, it's Marshall Tampson. Leonard is his given name, but they don't call him that. They call him Marshall. Why? Because he's like a Marshall with a big gold badge and everything. The University of Connecticut's Marshall Tampson now flying out of the center section into the lower third. 15 gates to go for Marshall Tampson. Here comes the Husky, Marshall Tampson, flying through the final 5 gates. Now he can see the stripe, and he punches it in a combined time of 152.01. So a good move up for Marshall Tampson from the University of Connecticut, going from 50th position to 43rd position here in run number 2. Back to live action here on the Thunderbird Trail. Sean Daigle from the United States Air Force Academy wearing bib number 29.
That's right, boss. They call Sean Daigle the Marshal, also, though, an Air Marshal, a different kind of Marshal. The senior from the Air Force Academy now skiing well into the bottom section of this course. Driving now as he cross blocks like a champion through the flush. Now skiing as he does this hard right-footed turn. Now a straightforward section of the course. Looks straightforward, but it can be deceptive as the course really guides your skis now towards the finish line. Sean Daigle will finish with a combined time of 155.69.
Good run for the Air Force Academy, Sean Daigle. Now on course, Cornell University's Max Noto wearing bib number 88. Skiing for the Big Red, Cornell University's Max Noto. Or as he likes to be referred to as the Noto Max.
Well, they call him Duran Duran because he's notorious in this Cornell team. A strong skier. Cornell has been dominant today. Their leader, Wyatt Carollo, having a strong run. There's some trouble there.
Yeah, we're going to have to check that. That's a tough break on the last gate. Cornell University looking to score as many skiers as they can in the team competition. We'll have to go back and see what the gatekeeper said about the final gate. Now on course, bib number 89. It's Rensselaer Polytech Institute's Greg Merrill. Merrill, 53rd fastest after run number 1 with a 58.44. 42nd fastest in the split shack, and here comes Merrill into the final 10 gates. Merrill having a good run up high. We'll see if he can keep it together here in the lower section.
So he's just a little late there on that red gate. 12 gates from the bottom, that hard right-footed turn. We've seen a couple of athletes struggle at that section, but Merrill handles it well. He has crossed the finish line with a time of 1:15.17.
Now on course, Jeremy Gottlieb from Duke University wearing bib number 32.
Of course, Duke University having some trouble getting their bags here to Mount Bachelor. I talked to Jeremy Gottlieb before the race. He assured me he's actually going to ski all of their bags all the way back from Mount Bachelor to North Carolina. He's going to strap them on his back and take them back on his skis, boss.
Well, they may very well arrive sooner than if he had put them on the United Airlines flight, no doubt about it. Of course, the broadcast not brought to you by United Airlines. Jeremy Gottlieb from Duke University, the Blue Devil. North Carolina's pride, Jeremy Gottlieb, now across the stripe in a time of 157.86. So a good performance from the Duke Blue Devils here at the 2015 National Slalom. Andrew Mikulski now wearing bib number 59 from the Air Force Academy. 55th fastest after the morning run with a 59.46. He'll be followed by Penn State University's Trevor Bergen. Oh, and a little trouble there for Mikulski. Had to pick his ski up, but he is now back into form. Through the final 20 gates comes Andrew Mikulski.
You can see him guiding his whole body across the mountain. What he really wants is to keep that upper body facing downhill, but just had a little bit of trouble there as some of these turns are just so brutally difficult to achieve. But Mikulski skiing well now. He has crossed the finish line with a combined time of 1:59.33.
Trevor Bergen, the Nittany Lion from Penn State, now on course. And definitely late here. He's going to have to get back into the front seat. Taking off a lot of speed, but successfully navigating the center section as he makes his way over the head wall into the transition we call the Widowmaker.
Looked like he was rocking some hop turns there, boss, just struggling to make each gate, but just a testament to how strong that core strength is for Trevor Bergen, the Nittany Lion. Now 12 gates to go for Bergen.
Trevor Bergen, the Nittany Lion, now almost to the finish line. He can see the stripe. He wants as much speed as he pulls the last way across with a combined time of 2:02.46. But Trevor Bergen, 2 good runs here in the men's slalom. Back to live action now from the United States Military Academy. The cadet Joshua Ishii wearing bib number 104, 57th fastest after run number 1 this morning with a 101.43. Ishii successfully navigating the center section in transition. Now into the lower third comes Joshua Ishii.
I talked to Ishii before the race today. He said he's just happy to be here competing in his first national championships. Loves the opportunity to talk and interact with all these racers who share their love of skiing. They come from around the world, and Ishii here with his first slalom finish here at these national championships. The junior from West Point, a great run there from Josh Ishii.
Sam Barber now on course from Babson College wearing bib number 80. Babson always having a competitive team here at Nationals. This year, no exception. Barber qualified number... it looks like Barber's down. Barber is down. Sam Barber from Babson College. Let's see if he's okay. He is slow to get up here, but he is on his skis and now backing out of the course. And that's going to be the end of the day. A tough break for Sam Barber from Babson College, and looks like he's going to be okay. Steven Kutsera now from Penn State University on course. Kutsera donning bib number 65. He was 59th fastest this morning, 101.62. He'll be followed by Eddie Arita from Colorado School of Mines.
Steven Kutsera, they call him Scuba Steve because he loves to dive into a course. He is skiing well now. Of course, he has the sharpest skis on the mountain. As he informed me this morning, he's majoring in ski tuning at Pennsylvania State University. He has offered to tune anyone's skis before the all-important dual panel event tomorrow. All he asks is for a $10 gift certificate for dining out in Bend, Oregon. I know some of these athletes have those, and he'll take it off your hands in exchange for some ski tuning action as Steven Kutsera crosses the finish line.
Everybody needs a good ski tuner, no doubt. Meanwhile, Kutsera with a great second run here, stringing 2 of them together, 2:03.87 combined time. Back to live action here high atop the Thunderbird Trail in beautiful Mount Bachelor, Oregon. Eddie Arita wearing bib number 43 now, transitioning from the top third into the center. Now over the head wall. Here comes Eddie Arita from the Colorado School of Mines. Ryan Hutchinson to follow, and now Hutchinson has dropped in. Eddie Arita from the Colorado School of Mines with 15 gates to go.
Arita skiing well here, boss. Carving well in this bottom section. You can see the form very strong here. The upper body and lower body completely separate now as Eddie Arita crosses the finish line with a time of 2:15.99. Great second run there from Arita. Now it's Ryan Hutchinson of Minnesota Duluth making his way down the course.
Hutchinson yanking gates out on his way down from the University of Minnesota. Hutchinson wearing bib number 91. He was 61st fastest in the morning sesh with a 101.69. I'll tell you, this might have been a year I didn't want to be a ski racer at the University of Minnesota Duluth.
Well, boss,
Frozen popsicle instead.
You have to imagine he's enjoying the balmy temperatures today. Feels like 120 if you're from Minnesota.
No doubt. Ryan Hutchinson across at 2:03.04. So a good string of 2 for Hutchinson from Minnesota Duluth. Maybe he can take some of this beautiful weather back to him. University of Nevada at Reno's Tyler Baumgartner, bib number 61, now on course, 54th fastest at the split shack. Looks like somebody's skiing down next to him with a flag. I'm not sure what that's all about. We'll have to check that out. Certainly now Baumgartner saw the flag and flew right up.
Definitely some trouble there. Looked like he hit that blue gate there with his downhill ski. It popped right off. Maybe he'll have to make some DIN adjustments there, tighten things up before the dual panel event tomorrow. Now it's Matt Hyland of Duke University skiing well.
Is there a man skiing down the run with a flag? Did you see that? Is there something out of the corner of my eye?
I'm not sure what happened there, boss. We'll have to go to the replay.
Our studio producer is saying he saw it too. It's somebody who just came out of nowhere with a flag. Matt Hyland from Duke University. The Blue Devil here. In bib number 55. Matt Hyland now making his way into the final 10 gates. We've got to find the guy with the flag. Please, somebody find him and bring him in here. Matt Hyland punching the stripe at a 2:03.94. Boss Hogg and Alex Beatty on a gorgeous Friday afternoon here in the Central Oregon Cascade region. We're glad you're with us on the USCSA Broadcast Network as we bring you live coverage of run number 2 of the Men's Slalom National Championship. Brian Beersdorf from Nevada Reno. Great to see that program back in full swing. A phoenix of a ski program. I think they canceled it back in 2010 or 2011. It was just out of the pure passion and willpower of the skiers themselves that got it back together. And it is fantastic to see them back here at the USCSA National Championships. Brian Beersdorf from Nevada Reno. 2 gates to go. And punching the stripe in a time of 2:05.93 for Brian Beersdorf.
Oh, Beersdorf, like everyone else, chasing that overall individual competition glory. I talked to USCSA President Andy Rangan during the break, and he told me that this year, for the first time ever, they actually have prizes to award. The first place finisher will be given a Groupon worth $50 in free fire dancing, actually. They'll have that. They'll give that out. It's $50. It costs $25, but actually gets you $50 worth of fire dancing. Yes.
Fantastic. Matt Borash from the University of Minnesota Duluth, safely into the finish corral with a combined time of 1:58.56. William Zell from the University of California, Berkeley, now on course. Zell is sporting bib number 37. He was 66 fastest after the morning session. A 1:03.59 was his first run time. Now William Zell. Zell is moving through the center section, now dropping into the lower third.
William Zell skiing with an apple on top of his head. His teammates, as he goes past, they like to throw ski poles, see if they can knock the apple off of his helmet. So far, none have been successful. William Zell skiing well now into the bottom section. He'll cross the finish line with a combined time of 2:07.55.
With his hands in the air, William Zell from the University of California, Berkeley strings 2 together here at the United States National Championships. Sawyer Harkins now in bib number 102 from the United States Military Academy on course. 1:03.85 in run number 1, good enough for 67th position. Great to see the cadets here at the championships. Now Sawyer Harkins, bib number 102. He was 56 fastest at the split shack. Now 10 gates to go for Harkins. Harkins now driving towards the finish line. And a good run for Sawyer Harkins with a 2:02.53. Slade Glavish now from Rensselaer Polytech Institute on course. RPI Slade Glavish in bib number 27, a 1:05.65 in run number 1 earlier on today.
Glavish really in front of his skis there, leaning over to cross block and make sure these gates get out of his way as he tears down the mountain now into that hairpin. About 5 gates to go for Glavish. Skiing well, a little bit wild there, almost losing it, but he keeps it together. Almost a photo finish, an explosion near the finish line for Glavish, but he stays on his toes and finishes strong with a combined time of 2:02.03.
Now on course, Duke University's Spencer Dahl. Dahl wearing bib 70, 69th fastest after the morning session with a 1:05.83. When you ski at Sugar or Beach Mountain in North Carolina and you come out and look at this volcano, Alex Beatty, it is quite impressive. Probably a little bit of intimidation as well. They don't have this kind of vertical drop, certainly not this kind of pitch out in North Carolina. But these Duke University skiers, somehow, some way, they've figured it out and have been very competitive here at Nationals this year.
That's right, boss. And Dahl, of course, not feeling the warmth here at Mount Bachelor. He's, of course, from North Carolina. It's where he goes to school. He actually brought the warmest article of clothing he had and is wearing it down on the course right now. It's like a t-shirt there. Spencer Dahl from Duke. You see he's loving the sun, boss.
Indeed, everyone is here on a beautiful Friday afternoon in gorgeous Mount Bachelor, Oregon, right outside of Bend. Tucker Brown from the Air Force Academy now. Successfully navigating the center section, dropping into the final 20 gates. He was 65th fastest at the split shack. See if he can improve on that here in the final 10. Colorado Springs' Tucker Brown from the Air Force Academy into the final pitch here in run number 2 of the men's slalom. And across the stripe in a combined time of 2:10.37 for Tucker Brown. A big day for Sierra Nevada College's Andre Arneson, your winner. Throwing down the second fastest run earlier this morning, a 48.80, but then coming back to this afternoon with a lightning speed run of 48.74, the fastest run of the day, and winning his first national championship, stealing it away from Niels Hoogbaum, the big bomb from Rocky Mountain College. Finlay Neeson from Sierra Nevada College in the third slot. Neeson with an incredible performance in the men's giant slalom 2 days ago. Lucas Underkoffler from the College of Idaho finishing in 4th place. Jaka Yazbek in his final collegiate slalom from Sierra Nevada College finishing in 5th place. In 6th, Jean-Alexis Cotelin from Colorado Mesa University. A great 2-run string for Cotelin. Cotelin also had a great giant slalom. We're going to see a lot from Jean-Alexis Cotelin, no doubt. Andraj Vukovic, the early leader here in run number 2, finishing in 7th place from Rocky Mountain College. And now back to live action here on the Thunderbird Trail. Wearing bib 76 from Clarkson University, it's Greg Murray.
That's right, Greg Murray, the freshman at Clarkson University, having some trouble there in the combinations. Now he's hiking back up and ski back into the flush, and he is out again. They call him Smitty Werbin Jaegerman Jensen, the freshman from Clarkson. Now he's back into rhythm, but you can see a little bit tired there as he makes his way towards the finish line, but he'll earn a combined time for today, and that time is 2:11.33 for Greg Murray from Clarkson University.
Indeed, Greg Murray dropping the poles, showing us the brute strength from the Clarkson University, Greg Murray. Now back to action, Patrick Kearney from West Point, the cadet, wearing bib number 105, 110.04 in run number 1. Now Kearney through the center section into the lower third.
And Kearney having some trouble there now. He is off the course. Had some trouble coming out of that flush. And he has hiked back up, a long hike there for Kearney. But he is back in the course now. He'll have just a couple gates left before he can finish, go inside and rest those legs that must be aching. They're radioactive at this point after such a long hike. And Kearney now, he will cross the finish line triumphantly. Skiing for West Point is Patrick Kearney. He'll finish with a combined time of 2:30.49.
Now it's Anthony Chaffone from the College of Idaho. Chaffone in bib number 73 snuck up on us here. With 10 gates to go for Anthony Chaffone. He'll be followed by Nevada Reno's Mason Watkins. Pride of Caldwell, Anthony Chaffone now across the stripe with a time of 2:15.41. That is all from the College of Idaho. All of their skiers now down. But looks like Mason Watkins has taken a short break here halfway up the mountain. And he's recovering his ski. That means he lost his equipment, and that's the end of the day for Mason Watkins. A tough break for the University of Nevada, Reno's Mason Watkins. He will not finish. But we will see him again. Maybe next year here at the USCSA National Championships. Boss Hogg and Alex Beatty on the call from the broadcast box on a glorious Friday afternoon here in Oregon. Glad you're joining us on the USCSA Broadcast Network. Don't forget, live snowboard bordercross action taking place. Brad Jay and Mark Oliver on the call. You can check that out on Channel 2 at the USCSA Broadcast Network. Meanwhile, Duke University's Connor Smith makes his second run. Smith looks like he's skiing in a dress today. Is that a dress, Alex? It is indeed. I believe it is a dress, yes. Yes, Connor Smith is skiing in, yes, it is a dress.
I told you they got their luggage, boss.
Yeah. I wonder who he borrowed that from. Connor Smith now into the final third. 20 gates to go for Smith. Certainly the most stylistic and beautiful ski racer we have here in run number 2. Look at the flow of the dress. I mean, if you thought the flow of the skis were one thing, look at the dress.
I think it offers a lot of range of motion there. I'm surprised we don't see more racers rocking it.
Well, there's definitely some cooling action going on, like it's cooling him as he skis. A beautiful dress from Connor Smith. We're so glad he wore that down here. Duke University's Connor Smith, truly representing the Blue Devils in the dress. Equal opportunity skiers here at the USCSA. Simon White from the University of Nevada, Reno now on course. White qualifying 76th fastest after the morning session with a 1:14.02. He's wearing bib number 100. And he'll be followed by the Colorado School of Mines' Brian Coleman. Simon White, the University of Nevada, Reno. White playing it safe here in the final 6 gates. He wants a final result, and he's going to get one. 2 good runs from UNR's Simon White with a combined time of 2:28.03.
And he can just feel the heat, boss. Giasu totally sweat-soaked now as the heat pours down. I can feel it here from the glass-enclosed nerve center of the USCSA broadcast booth.
Was that the flag guy again? I think we saw the flag guy. He's back again, trying to get the Colorado School of Mines' Brian Coleman off course. What's he doing? We're going to try to find the flag guy. Meanwhile, Brian Coleman trying not to be distracted by the flag guy. Colorado School of Mines, he's probably distracted by nothing. Totally focused is Coleman as he comes through the stripe at 2:17.49. Great to see CSM out here at Nationals this year.
Boss, are you offering a reward for anyone that has information
on
about
the flag guy? Yes, I will. I will give a Boss Hogg reward.
Maybe he's in league with those Duke brothers.
Gotta find out who the flag guy is out there. If anybody knows, there he is. Look, he's waving now. He's waving. He's wearing it as a cape. And we see him right now. We're gonna have to find out who that is. That flag guy. Look, there he is. Oh, it's a woman. Oh, it's a female flag woman. It's a flag woman. It's not a flag guy.
Boss.
It's Katie Whittier. Oh, it is Katie Whittier. Look, Benji showing us his skis. Katie's flying down with the red flag. What does it say? Turn around, Katie. Let's see the back of the flag. There it is. Oh, it's a Chevy truck flag. Of course. Benji made her wear it. He wouldn't drive a Ford. They're both wearing the Chevy truck flags right now. So we have successfully identified our flag wavers as Matthew Pollan from the University of Minnesota Twin Cities now on course wearing bib number 49.
Well, Chevy, if you're listening, there's a great sponsorship opportunity for you
Indeed.
at the USCSA.
The invoice will be in the mail as soon as we get back to Park City, no doubt. Matthew Pollan now from Twin Cities. Skiing through the center section, now dropping to the lower third. Oh, it looks like he had some problems there in the transition. Alex, Matthew Pollan, his ski he's going to hike it. Indeed he is. He's got both skis on. I thought that was a ski there. Oh, looks like there's another flag person coming down. We'll have to check that out. The invasion of the flag snatchers here. Matthew Pollan from Minnesota Twin Cities into the final 15 gates.
Wow, look at the form there. He really picked it up. You saw he had a great run going.
Oh, now obviously the word has gotten out that all the flag people are now flying in. It's just a flag party, and spinning across the finish line, Matthew Pollan from the University of Minnesota at Twin City, an incredibly acrobatic ballet move as he receives the love from the corral here. Who saw that coming? Matthew